Good morning. Welcome back. It's Amanda. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I appreciate your joining me this morning. Today I'm going to show you how I use the convenience of an awesome crock pot to keep heat down in the kitchen during the summer, and also utilizing something a lot of us already know about: freezer meal preparation, meaning you take something, you make it ahead of time, you throw it in the freezer, and then you pull it out when you need it. Y'all, freezer cooking as well, freezer cooking and crock pots, both of them together, the utilization of them is amazing. It will save you time. It's just good. I love this thing, especially today. I woke up this morning, I'm like, y'all, I'm in no mood to cook. It's hot again. Duh, it's summer. But I've got stuff in the freezers I put away for days just like this. Also, I've got my grandsons today that are ages 4 and 2.5. Y'all, by the end of the day, cooking's the last thing on my mind. So I'm thinking about it this morning, and we're going to utilize a little of that pre-preparation freezer meal preparation I did with the crock pot. What I'm going to do is that I've got this crock pot. This is the only crock pot I have. It's the largest one, which I love because I can put like a pork roast into this, or a pork butt, and I can cook it, or a small turkey breast, and I can cook it and leave it alone and not mess with it, not turn my oven on. I don't have a smaller one. I did, but it does not work now. That's the way it goes. But anyway, I need to get another one. I'm going to try to hold off till Black Friday, but that's a whole other story. That's when I try to do things. Anyway, I'm taking this meatloaf that's already been pre-made, and I'm going to put it into my crock pot, set it on high, and cook it the rest of the day. Now, this is totally solid. See, this is a totally solid one. I didn't thaw it out. I just thought about it this morning. But I'm figuring it's 8:30 now. If I put it in the crock pot, it ought to be done by 6 o'clock this evening. Let's hope it should be. So let me go ahead and get this right here unfolded. Now you can see here, I put foil on it. But also, when I do the freezer meal preparations, I also put saran wrap around it, any kind you have as well, just to keep any kind of freezer burn out of it. So let me go ahead and get this undone. Well, I must have put like a lot of onions in this, because as I'm opening it and it's frozen, I'm smelling the onions and the peppers. Okay, so here is my meatloaf. Like I said, it's been completely prepared, thrown in the freezer, and I think I did this about 3 months ago. And right now I'm just going to take it and put this into a lined crock pot. I love these crock pot liners. I know they're kind of like a little more expensive. I can get like 4 or 5 of them from Lidl's or Aldi, but I like them because it saves on mess up, especially when I'm cooking something this long, because it's going to burn the mess out of my crock pot. And I just go ahead and take the advantage of using these liners. But as you can see, I also sprayed the liner because I don't want my meatloaf sticking to the liner either. So what I'm going to do is take this, peel this off. Oh wait, we've got some stuff here. Yeah, sorry guys. Okay, anyway, take this. That's the whole meatloaf. Look at that beautiful peppers in there. I'm going to put it in here, as you see. And then, if I can find my top anywhere, I'm just going to put my top on here, put it into my crock pot, set this on high, and let it sit for the next, I'm thinking 12 hours. Remember, this is frozen. It was awesome because all I had to do was pull it out of the freezer, throw it in the crock pot, leave it alone. I will put some ketchup, tomatoes, something on top of it a little bit later, but I know it's going to get really greasy and runny, so I ain't going to mess with it now. So while this is going, I wanted to show you all these items that I picked up from my local store, which is the Piggly Wiggly. That's the closest store to me. It's about 5 miles from me. Guys, I want to reiterate, if you want to save money, try to always shop yourselves, use your circulars, use coupons, and always check clearance aisles. Always check the clearance aisles. Check the clearance aisles in your dairy, in your meat. That's where you can get your best prices. And if it's got a last minute date on it, baby, just throw it in the freezer. It's going to be fine. So let me show you this. I walked into there last week at the Piggly Wiggly. Seriously, I was driving by to go pick up my grandbabies, and I'm like, I really don't want to stop in there, but I said, I'm going to do it because you never know what little treasures on clearance you will find. I hit the jackpot. So they had in their deli, not their deli, in their cooler, look, y'all, butter, 99 cents for a pound of Challenge butter. It's the unsalted, that's perfectly fine. 99 cents. This stuff normally goes for $4 a pound. Actually, I think it's gone up more than that. The last time I checked in that store, it's $4 a pound. So if you see here, I got, every one of them is 99 cents a pound. If you see here, I got a total of 5. That was $5. If I bought this at full price, 4 times 5, what would I pay? I'd pay $20 for all this. $20 for every bit of this for 5 pounds of butter, but instead I paid $5. It is always so worth it to take your time and go check out the clearance items in your dairy and your meat sections. And honestly, the best time to do that is like first thing in the morning. They put stuff out of my store at usually about 10 o'clock. I get there. It's pretty loaded if they have anything. So 99 cents for that. They also, if you look here, oh yeah, I did want to show you this. The reason they were getting rid of this, the date was the 17th. Today's the 21st. There's nothing wrong with this butter, y'all. Put it in the freezer. It'll last up to a year. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. And next thing I found, they had this cheddar cheese, a pound of cheddar cheese for 99 cents. These are also normally $4. I actually had 4 of them. I used one. But if I had bought this full price, it would have been 4 times 3. This would have been $12 worth of cheese. I paid $3, less than the price of one of them. Absolutely amazing. And again, the reason they were getting rid of them is because of the date. If you look on here, the date is the 16th, which was a week ago. So it's always worth it, guys, to go check out your dairy section, your clearance in your dairy section. And if you live close enough, honestly, I know 5 miles is not far, but if I lived like nearer to the store, I would be doing this every day. Seriously, I would. But it's not worth it with the gas. But anyway, check them out. You never know what you're going to find. So I'll come back in a few minutes and I will show you what this awesome meatloaf is going to look like when it comes out. And remember, I just pre-made this meatloaf 3 weeks ago, threw it in the freezer for a day like today. Then I could figure out what to cook, and I ain't in that kind of mood to cook anyway because it's so hot. And I'm utilizing my Crockpot to be able to cook it and not keep my house hot. And plus, I can put this in here and not worry about it all day. So I'll come back and show you the finished product. All right, guys, I'm back with my Crockpot meatloaf. By the way, this is a good thing to do. The seal on my rubber gasket for the top is so old, it sometimes leaks heat out. I found if I put some kind of dish towel over it while it's cooking, it helps keep the heat in. It's just something I do to rig it up because, you know. Anyway, so I'm going to take this out. I have turned it off. It has been cooking for about 6 hours on high. And if you take this out and look at it, this is what the meatloaf looks like. You can see it's still kind of cooking. I put some ketchup on top of it. And what I'm going to do is take it out just to make sure it is 100% done. All right, guys, so here is the meatloaf. You can tell it did split after when I took it out. It kind of ended up sticking on the bottom anyway, which is why I say definitely with the liner, definitely spray it anyway. So yeah, this was a freezer slash crock pot meal. I just made the meatloaf, put it in the freezer. And as you can tell, it was simple. I just froze it, put it in the oven. Put it in the freezer, pulled it out completely frozen. And let's see, you can tell it is done. And actually, it cooked a whole lot. Yeah, it is cooked completely. It cooked a lot faster than I thought. It actually cooked about 4.5 hours on high. But I actually put it on, 4.5 hours on high. And I guess you could do this less than that. You could cook it for probably about 8 hours on low. So yeah, that is definitely a good meal. It needs to sit because it is falling apart now. But definitely your crock pot, utilize during the summer your crock pot as well as any freezer cooked meals. Y'all, it's going to make your whole life a whole lot easier. This is absolutely smelling amazing. Yummy. Anyway, I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Thank you so much for stopping by. God bless.